Ciao ragazzi, I'm Ed from UncommonMenFromMars. I play guitar and sing.
Konnichiwa, watashi wa Toronto Eastwood desu.
Hello, I'm Jim from the band UncommonMenFromMars.
I have to say the first video that I saw when I was a kid that really got me was the Beastie Boys, You Gotta Fight for Your Right to Party.
First memories about music is being a little kid and my dad playing acoustic guitar and singing Georges Brassens.
Maybe the first two records that I listened when I was a kid, it was the vinyl from my dad. So a record from The Police, the band, Reggatta de Blanc, the album, and Back in Black, AC/DC record. I was 10 years old, something like that.
Well, we started playing with my brothers pretty early. They were starting a band with a friend of theirs on bass, and they asked me to join. So we played, we were just Uncommon, and we played like little local shows. Then that friend left, and I met Jim at school, and he joined the band, and that's when we started calling ourselves UncommonMenFromMars. That was around 1996.
It was at my mom's house, and we'd already started playing with Ed and Daff. And we didn't really have a bass player, and Jim was a guitar player, and we didn't know who to ask to play bass. And I think my mom asked him, why don't you play bass, because he was always hanging out with us. And he said, well, I don't play bass with these guys because they didn't ask me. So our mom says, you didn't ask him. So we asked him, and he said, well, I can't because I don't have a bass. And I'm like, oh, great. And then a couple days later he came, he says, I bought a bass. So, and then we started playing, rehearsing at our mom's house.
My first souvenir with the band, it's meeting Ed at school.
Oh, interesting. He's very good at missing load in and load out. Always has a good reason. But he always does have a reason. He's like, no, I was doing this.
Who? Print? Don't know.
Jim is always late. He's always late, and he's always mad about something. It's like, where are my cigarettes? Where are my cigarettes? Where's my telephone?
Jim, if he's in a bad mood, you know that you can't talk to him or look at him or try to say hello. And in the morning, he doesn't say good morning.
Oh, interesting. He just talks about motorcycles all the time. That's all he talks about. I'm sick of hearing about motorcycles.
Daff has a very rough personality, and if he's angry, he's very angry.
Sleeping too much. Yeah.
Worst part of the character of Ed is that he is ridiculously unresponsible.
It's weird, but it's... he's nice, but I mean, too nice, too much sometimes. Yeah, sometimes you're waiting for, you know, come on, let's fight, bitches. And what?
Trent never really complains.
A calm person. Yeah.
Jim, when he's in a good mood, he's the funniest guy on earth.
He's a good bass player, and he's also potentially a very, very funny person.
Daff hits really hard. He hits his drums really hard. He's really good at driving the van, parking the van and stuff.
So Daff is someone that really likes to do his job the best he can. He's really conscious about loading the van and you know, doing his part of the job as best he can.
I have good drum.
Best part of the character of Ed is that he gives the band true rock and roll identity because he lives and breathes the music, and he also gives us musical cultural credibility because he knows a lot of bands.
Being friends with me.
That's a really hard question. Lately, well, I could say things that I've heard lately. I know a band like the Copyrights are a really great band. Kepiguli from the Groovy Ghoulies. We just did a tour with my other band, with Kepiguli in Europe, and he's great. His new album is great. You should get it. I Believe Rock and Roll. Well, I guess one of my favorite punk rock albums of all time would be Bad Religion, the Suffer album. That was the first punk rock record that I heard, and it kind of made me switch.
I am extremely narrow-minded music-wise. I love playing music, but I don't have very many bands that I listen to. So there are many, many bands that I really enjoy, but if I have to choose just 3 albums, I have to choose 10, first record from Pearl Jam, without a doubt. It's a record that's followed me my whole life. And then, what other record? Leche con Carne from No Use for a Name, which for me, Soulmate is the first song that really made me understand what was appealing in the whole punk rock scene. Just went, wow. And from that, I discovered other really great bands. Third record, I guess I'd say, hesitating between a couple, but I think I'll say Recipe for Hate from Bad Religion. Hesitating between Recipe for Hate and The Grey Race, which are 2 records that I really listened to a lot when I was skating on my own. Just, you know, open the car door and the car radio and just blast it.
Repeater, the album from Fugazi. Bob Moo's album called Bob Moo, and
well, then that's the Sepultura album,
Yeah.
Arise.
It's a long time ago. It was an album from DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
I don't remember.
The last one I bought was, I didn't buy it, a friend of mine offered it to me, but it was the new Toys That Kill album.
Backspacer, latest Pearl Jam record.
Comment tu dis Chuckbore? Yes, record. I saw them last winter, so I bought their last EP.
Smelly ass in the van, party, and rock and roll.
Energy, melody, and fun.
Stupid, but funny, and lazy again.
It used to be Jim, but there's this competition between Jim and Daff, and they eat a lot.
Daff and Jim, more Daff, but Daff eats in a robotic way. He just goes. He just won't stop. He's just... Anything left? Oh, oh. Is that it? No? Oh, oh. It's amazing. I don't know where he put it, where it goes.
Me. But Daff too. Yes.
Jim, everyone knows. It's Jim.
Jim.
I would say Thibaut is our tour manager. He looks like a baby face. Big baby.
Oh, I'm the most intelligent.
Oh, I'm sure they'll all agree it's me. And without a doubt.
Of course, me.
Boiade, ciao ragazzi, you're watching LivornoChannel.
Ciao, ciao, grazie, grazie.
Grazie mille.